Tuesday the 29th of November. I don't know when this video will actually go up, probably not till the new year, but I'm prepping for Flossmas and going through my cupboard of cross stitch. Last night I was getting a bit overwhelmed, thinking about this last year, how my stitching's changed. I need kind of a sort out and reorganization of how it's working now rather than how I was stitching a year ago, and I'll kind of talk about it as I go through, I think. But where did my phone go? I'm kind of on my lunch break, so my phone might ring, and this might be bitty. Apologies for that. So I think I'm calling this a WIP parade, but like it is a WIP parade, you're going to see everything, but it's more, let's look inside Helen's head of how she organises things and thinks about things. I don't know if it'll be interesting. I might just sit here and keep you company for a little while. Let's see how it goes. So my first thing that I kind of want to organise is my paper kind of, not diary, but like where I keep all my WIP info versus my tablet, because I think I got my tablet this year, I can't remember, but like in this past year I've definitely fallen off the paper thing, which is good because my tablet has pattern keeper. That's been really good. I've got my little Excel spreadsheet of WIPs, and that helps me like calculate how long I've been stitching on stuff, and I can cross-reference easily, whereas my paper stuff was good in the beginning, served me wonderfully, but I haven't been keeping it up to date. But as a person who identifies as having ADHD, not yet diagnosed, I must stress that, I feel like I need pen and paper. Part of what I was doing last night was writing a physical list on a piece of paper of all of the PDF charts that I have, because I have a drawer of charts and kits that I could like open and find if I wanted to stitch new things, but because those PDFs aren't physically in front of me, I forget about them. So I made a list of all my PDF charts that I have, and probably not even all of them, because I've probably forgotten where I've put them. In what file, in what device, I don't know, but part of my brain. So the part of my brain that like these kind of individual WIP info things, so this is for my Mill Hill Christmas Village, tells me when I started it, the fabric type, like what project bag I was using. I don't really need any more. I'm fine with that being on my tablet. So I already have all of this information. I will double check that I've transferred onto my tablet. So I will rip all these out, and if you like physical pen and paper for whatever reason, I love these notepads. They are Filofax. I'm not sure if they have an actual name, but it's like ring bound, but the paper you can rip in and put back in a different place in the book. I think this is called a Filofax notepad, and they've got these little dividers. So yeah, so then the next part of my physical stuff is kind of notes, which is very helpful. Again, wanting to write down physical stuff and have traces of it, but I think I just need to reorganize what that looks like. So like I have this post-it note in here. I think this was to do with Angel of Love. It's not anything, this is not anything to do with Angel of Love in here. So this is my mind. So I think this was a conversion from Cremant to DMC metallics. Like I'm not going to stitch Angel of Love in DMC metallics. I probably didn't know that at the time of writing this post-it note. So I will put that with Angel of Love and see if I need to keep it. Because this is the thing as well, I've kitted up things and then not started them, so I forget what I have for them. And is there stuff in there that I could use now, rather than buying more stuff that's just sitting somewhere or I can't see. This is a list of mine and Amy, Pearls and Ponderings, Year of Sows. I think this is something that's overwhelming me as well, as much as I love Amy and I love having all these new starts and sows and stuff. Not that I don't want to do the sow, it's just that I'm not organised enough to feel in control of it. So you can see this is just like a really rough thing, so I probably want to write that out again. That's nothing. That's a list I think that I've already finished, so we can put that in. This is a list of stuff to buy. I probably have lots of lists all over the shop to do with that. Kind of plans of kits that I have, designers that I want to try. And this just kind of gets forgotten about. And then this is all of those WIP kind of info stuff that I finished, so I just put it at the back here. And now that I have everything on a Excel thing, I can like hide the columns, or I can, you know, I don't need to keep that on a piece of paper that is taking up space. So I will sort that as well. See, that's a list of things like to FFO. So I finish something and then I like to remind myself that I need to finish it, because if I finish something I just put it in a pile in the back of my cupboard and I forget about it. This is like, oh, you've got stuff like that you need to finish. So I have some things to take to the framers from like 2 years ago now. I don't know where I put them. I think I know where I put them. But yeah. So in this notebook, all I really want is notes for my stitching, because I have a similar notebook in a different colour for work, and sometimes I would interchange them because you can rip out the pages, but trying to keep them separate. So now there's not a lot in there, but that's okay. Yeah. So I need more paper to fill it back up, because like Filofax you get like refills of paper. Oh, door. Where's the Amazon guy? Oh, I left my tea over there. So I've pulled out some project bags. I'm just kind of go through them and I'll show you. Because what I realised as well last year, like my New Year resolution was to kind of stitch more small things, which I think I've achieved, because I don't think I've stitched on a full coverage all year. while that's good, I'm doing other stitching. I'm starting to miss it now, so maybe that's kind of coming back round, and having a look at them and getting them out again might spur me on. So this one in this project bags, all my project bags are by Tracy Oh So Twinkle Crafts. She's closed her Etsy, but she's still such a lovely person. So this is Moet White Star. I don't have the pattern in here because that's on my tablet, not Pattern Keeper, but it is by Scarlet Quince. Scarlet Quince have their own version. And this is what it looks like. I need to finish that page. Lots of confetti. But yeah, so that is Moet White Star. It's a piece by Alphonse Mucha. Advertising kind of panel for Moet Champagne. And this is what I kit up with. So when I got my Pip and Chip bobbins, which I absolutely love, that system works for me. I then redid all of my kind of working bobbins. So my Pip and Chip ones just sit in my Bisley. I don't take them out. I kind of use them as masters and take lengths off when I need. So as I've been working on these bits, so some of these have like full, like almost full skeins on. Some of them just have like one length on, which is kind of what I'm working more towards now. So I'll run out of that length and I'll go and take another length off my Bisley one and put it on this one. So it's not, because it gets too full, the number of colours in this type of full coverage, to put all of them in one box. And then there's a lot of kind of unused thread when I could, like, in the pattern, like, it's not this one, but this is 840. Like, in the whole pattern, that might use like one stitch somewhere in the confetti, but I have a whole skein there, so I could use that for other things. I'm not explaining this properly. Let me try again. So I want to get down to in all my WIPs, most of my WIPs, that I just have one little plastic DMC bobbin with my new little stickers on that are very readable, with one length of 100 centimeters is what I work on, and then I double over for a loop start, or I just work with a really long thread if I'm using an odd number of threads or a blend. So I want every bobbin in here to be like that. And then when I run out, I can go to my master set, get another length of 100 and put it on. Problem with that in some instances is that dye lots might change, which I'm very aware of. I'm not too bothered about it in these ones because it's so confetti heavy. There's not like big patches of one colour where you might see a difference. In some of my other WIPs I won't do that, and I will show you why. But for this, in order to keep it small, that's how I want to work. So I'm quite happy. I don't think I'm gonna change anything with this WIP. I will leave that all in there. I'm gonna tidy up as I go, but I'll edit it out. So this is the sister pattern to Moet White Star. This is Moet Imperial. And I'm not as far along on this second page as the other one, so I need to give this one some love too. Again, Scarlet Quince, I'm using their online thing, so I don't have a physical pattern in here. This is my box for my Imperial. I'm liking putting these stickers on. I have very bad sticker anxiety. Like, I have lots of really nice stickers, but I don't want to stick them anywhere because that's too much of a commitment. But putting them on these boxes, and then this is just done with my Dymo label maker, and I can rip this off and put another name on it when I finish with this for Moet. So I get to keep the sticker but change the name, so I'm happy with that. Again, this is the same. Got all of my thread. As I go, I will sort this out. This is a mess. Work my way through them, and then eventually get down to where they all just have one like that for this WIP. I think since Anna has been a lot more mobile, being a toddler, compared to when she was like a bean of a baby and just sat there, I find it hard to get out my big full coverages because it is a lot of kind of effort for not a lot of stitching, if you get what I mean. Like you have to get everything out, and if there's a lot of confetti, I don't park my thread, so you might get one length of thread and do one stitch, and then to get another length of thread, and then, you know, whereas I could pick up something small and do 2 lengths of thread and I've filled in a whole section. But that's just my mindset. Now that she's more understanding and like she sleeps good, like I'm not putting her to bed and then waiting to see if she wakes up. Like I can put her to bed and quite confidently know that she's not going to wake up until like 1 o'clock in the morning usually. So I can have a good evening stitching. The other thing is, now that we've got the office kind of more sorted, because when it was pandemic times, I was on maternity leave, Alex started working from home, and we just kind of temporarily set up the office. Then when I went back to work, I changed my contract to work from home full time. Alex was still working from home a lot, and now that is more permanent. We've changed the office to reflect that. So it feels less like we're working in a junk room, and then I've got space for my stitching, and therefore my stitching doesn't feel like I'm stitching in a junk room. So that will help, I think, in the new year. Like new year, new start, new year, new me. I think it'll be good. Anyway, let's carry on. So this one is Moon and Stars. This one has a lot less colours. This one's less confetti. It's not blends, it's just one. I haven't wrangled this. So this is, again, Alphonse Mucha Artistry. I got the patterns off a legitimate Etsy store before I knew better. So this is on 25 count and I am loving it. I need to get back to this one. So yeah, there's four of these. that will go on here in like little panels. So this is one panel. I'll leave a little gap and put another panel. So I've got a lot to do on this one. A lot. It goes right the way down there. So these colours are just for the first panel. Obviously some of the colours are, or if you see the art, I haven't showed the art. Am I putting the art in? Editing Helen is putting the art in for you. A lot of the colours are overlapped, but some of them are quite different as well. So I didn't want to keep all of the floss for a panel that I'm not even working on yet. And again, trying to get it down to where there's just one length on there, because that's 25 count as well, so you hardly use any thread at all. Like there's a whole skein of 310 in here, and I haven't worked on it all year, and I know I've bought 310 this year. I don't need to do that. I'm not going to change this one though. Oh, it needs a sticker. I need a sticker. Let's find a sticker. I'm going to put this one on because this is similar to my other big full coverages. These are by Samantha Claridge. She has some gorgeous stickers and pins and oh, the needle minder that's on here. That's Samantha Claridge as well. Made a start. Yes, highly recommend Samantha Claridge. There we go. Happy stitching. So I think they're my 3 big full coverages. I don't know. Let's see what else we've got, because I'm at the point where I don't even know what's in the house. I do, but okay, so this is, oh shoot, so this is my Mill Hill Christmas Village. I am doing 12 of the Mill Hill Christmas Village sets on one piece of fabric. I'm gonna make it into a wall hanging. I'm gonna do this over and over until I run out of kits, but they seem to come out with one every year, so I'll see if I can keep up. So I've just finished working on, what's this one? General store. And I'm not beading. I've beaded the first 2 and realised that I wouldn't be able to close the Q-snap on the others. So I'm stitching everything and then going back and beading everything. Thing with Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Kit, they give you tons. So I've got to the point where I can use leftover thread from the other kits that have been on here and leftover beads. So hopefully now I can start keeping kits together and I can just pass on. I can use the pattern. I don't mark the pattern. I can pass on the whole kit as a whole. Yeah, they give you tons of extra beads. So that's that. Where's my... This is all the floss. So I have them on these plastic floss cards from Amazon. They work for me. I've labelled them. So I went through all 12 patterns for this one. I might have to redo it when I do the next one. Picked out all of the thread colours. Obviously a lot are repeated, obviously lots of greens, browns, reds, etc. And then, you know, this is leftover thread. I have finished stitching my last one. I have not yet opened my next one. This is all the thread. Yes, I haven't put the beads on, and beads require thread, but look at all that white. Oh, I'm not doing the snow either, so that might be. But the snow, there's not a lot of stitching. For like the snow around the outside, there's not a lot of stitching for all of that white. So I'm gonna use the leftover thread and keep the kit so somebody can have the full kit. And because I'm not stitching on the perforated paper either. I think the only thing someone might have to get would be the button, because I am going to put the button on. But some of them, like, you wouldn't even notice if the button wasn't there, so I think that's okay. So once I'm finished with this, I can put all of this DMC in my stash. Use it for the next set of 12, because most likely there's more repeated colours. Definitely won't need to use any white. But yeah, so that is Mill Hill Christmas Village. And that's number 8. So she'll work on number 9 next, which will be the post office. I just realised that the American flag's on there. I might change that. Might take the flag off, because our post office don't have flags on them. Usually just graffiti. The one down my street does anyway. This next one is, can't remember. See, this one I haven't even started. Right, this is what makes me angry about myself. This is where's it gone? This is Celtic Christmas. I haven't started this yet. I've got some fabric. I've kitted up a little bit of floss. I need to disassemble this, rip this out. This is a box that has a label on it, but no sticker. So I don't need to put a sticker on that. I can take that label off and put it away. I've obviously chosen the fabric for this. This is 28 count, and I've obviously chosen that, and that's fine. Fabric I will keep with it. Threads I will not keep with it. And then that is an empty project bag. And I need some project bags for ones that I'm actually going to start as part of yourselves. This is the point of this, is to not get rid of stuff. So that is that. You can go away. You can go away. I don't even need to keep them in the box. That's coming off. That's going away. That box is going away. Perfect. This one. This is Dimension Gold Collection Sleigh Red Dusk stocking. This is one that I'm stitching for my daughter. I finished the stitching. Doing the back stitching. Whoop. So I think I'm about here with the back stitching. So I've got this bit to go. I need to finish this, and I need to get it finished. I need to get it fully finished by someone because I am not a sewer. I need to get this done. I'm gonna see if I can get this done by next year. Obviously not this year. She's getting excited about Christmas this year as well. Like, she's asked Santa for a bike, and we've got her a bike, that's very convenient. I don't think we told her she was getting a bike. But she's definitely at the age where she knows Christmas. So we need to give her a stocking. And I've got one for me and my husband as well, but we can wait. Anna needs her stocking. So that was the whole. I did the same because it was a kit as my Mill Hill. Again, lots of leftover thread. Lots of leftover white. I think they are specially dyed. They're not DMC. Maybe they are DMC. But they tell me, you know, it's specially dyed, so if you need more you can contact them. But I don't think I will be able to put these back in my stash. So don't know what I'll do with them. We shall see. So yeah, that is definitely one to work on, and I think I am going to work on it in December as part of Decoration December sale. # Year of Sales. It shouldn't take long if I really work at it. This is a Robin bag. This is Autumn Queen. The thing didn't work. I should sort that out. Now, this is what's stressing me out last night as well, because I thought I had kitted up Winter Queen, which we are starting January. So it'll be my New Year start. Winter Queen. We started Autumn Queen. Let me show you Autumn Queen. Woo! What was that? Oh, I lost my needle minder. Shoot. Oh, the needle's not on there. Good. Okay. Naps. Autumn Queen. Loving her. Haven't stitched her in a while. Since I came home from that retreat, I think. But actually, like, the actual stitching is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, stitching everything, leaving the beading till last. So this is what I was thinking about beads. So this is my setup for Autumn Queen. Now I have fully skeined up the thread because I think a dye-lot change when I was stitching that would be an issue. So I'm leaving that as that. Beads. So these are the called for beads for this pattern. These are the numbers, these are how I organize them. I know for definite 02011, this like gold colour, are just leftovers from those Mill Hill kits. I haven't bought them. I think the green one I bought specifically for this, but I've like already put it in its little thing, and I don't think I need to use a whole pack. So I want to put these boxes back in my storage and not bring them out until I actually need to use them for beading. It's going to be a while until I bead this, so why am I keeping the beads in the pack? I am going to keep with it the treasures, because I am going to use that whole pack on here, and I know that they are for this pattern. So that's what I'm going to do. I know I have the beads because I've made a box with a number on it for it. If I happen to use it on another project before I get round to this, that's fine. I can buy more beads. But I think it's more important for me to know all of the beads that I actually have in one place at the minute. If that makes sense. I don't know if this is making sense. It's helping me work through some stuff, and if you're here to help me with that, that's great. So now I just have threads, Krynic, DMC metallic, treasures, and some extra DMC that is I'm gonna get through. Okay, that's made me feel better as well. Now my other thing this is what I kitted up last night. Tried to. Part of this is I don't think I've chosen the right fabric, and I have some fabric on the wall to help me decide. So Winter Queen will be January New Start, and I have a box with stuff in, and I see I've pulled my Pip and Chip bobbins out, and they shouldn't be in here. I need to rebobbin them on a regular thing. Then I think I just need one Krynic. I should have seen if I could order them with the fabric. Oh well. And then there's beads to get. But I might already have them here, so I don't want to buy another one. Do you know what I mean? When I'm not going to bead for another, however long this takes me to stitch. And my other thing about this is, do I need to have a whole project bag for Winter Queen? Maybe Autumn and Winter Queen can share, and maybe Spring and Summer can share, because we're going to start them all in this next year. So I'm not going to finish them all. I'm going to need some project bags. I've got one empty one. I don't think that's going to be enough. So I think what I'm going to do is my Autumn Queen box. We're going to share. We're going to have Autumn Queen and Winter Queen in the same box. There might be some colours that share, that overlap with each other. That's good. I think that's good. They share a box. They'll be able to sit in the same thing. Let me keep that out because I need to decide on the fabric. Because Autumn Queen is on Dove Grey. This is Silvery Moon, but I think this is too light for Winter Queen. I think this needs to be spring, maybe summer, maybe summer. And then I've ordered two more grey-ish type, so they're all in the same. They're just Zweigart, they're not over dyed, so I know that the size will be the same. And they'll all be on a greyish tone. I did pick up some fabric from the retreat that I went to, thought it would be good, but comparing it to, it was like blue, like sky blue, and I was like, oh, that would be great for summer. Comparing it to Autumn Queen, and if they're going to sit next to each other, it's not going to look good. So, going more muted, greys, different tones of greys. So I need to figure out the fabric for that, so let's leave that out. And that's an empty project bag. So we're going to combine them. Cool. And then my next big thing is my chatelaine. This is kind of a lady unto herself, because she doesn't really... I saw someone, and I didn't talk to them at the retreat, finish this. They finished it at the retreat. It looks so good. I love this so much. This is a 17 by 17 Q-snap, so it's hard to wrangle on the Lowry stand. So I have to be in the right frame of mind to stitch on it. This is just in a pillowcase, because I don't have a project bag big enough. I don't know when I'm going to stitch on 17 by 17 again. I'm only stitching it on 17 by 17 because it fits. So I don't have to move the Q-snap. And then I am stitching it all first, and then I will go back and bead, but I won't have to move it when I bead it. Now, this is the stuff for it in a pillowcase. Because again, I don't need a project bag. I may have a project. No, because I'm working on a paper copy. I bought the PDF and I printed it huge. It works with my brain, with the specialty stitches and going around the beads and everything to stitch like this. And because it's so big, each page is quite a small section, so it limits me how kind of far I can wander off. And that works for me, so that's like the whole pattern in there. Then I have, so this is all chatelaine stuff. So this is my little box of, I've got some DMC in there, I think that's it, and some embroidery needles. Oh no, they're beading needles when I come to the beading. Why do I need them in there? Oh, because of some of the, I use beading needles for some of the threads. That's fine. So that's a box of stuff. This is my bag of thread. A hoop of petite treasure braid type silk lame treasure braids. And this is a hoop of silks. Water lilies. Gloriana. I think that's it. I think there's one Dinky Dyes in here. Yeah. And that is all of the stuff that I will need for it. Like dye lot, everything. So that's like one of each, and then they're the extras that I'm going to need. And all the beads are there as well. And they're not Mill Hill beads. Like these ones, these are Delica beads and some Swarovski crystals. And I will not be sharing those with any other project. If I have leftovers, it'd be nice to keep them, but I don't know that I will have leftovers, because the European cross stitch company, I think they just give you what you need. I need to work on this again. I miss it. I've been kind of more productive, I feel, this year, in terms of stitching things and finishing things and making things, like for my wall over there, which is good. But I think I need to get some progress on stuff that I've actually got. So that's all my big project bags. I'm going to have a little break and tidy up and come back with my small project bags and see what we've got in I've just done all my smalls and I didn't press record. And I've sorted everything out now. I don't think I'm going to publish this video. But thank you for helping me sort this out. Hello guys. It's the next day. I think it's the same jumper. It took some time to be mad at myself for not filming the rest of my small project bags. I was going to refilm and kind of put things back, but I'm just not. So I hope you enjoyed my big projects and what I did, and if you've got any questions about my organisation or how my brain works, let me know. But if not, I will talk to you later. Bye.